This is 4 minutes for Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Ready? Go! It feels weird to review a multiplayer battle royale type game. These types of games are bound to look very different in even a short amount of time, as games are added and removed from rotation, and things like connectivity and mechanics are improved. Even disregarding that, it's a very simple concept. 60 players fling themselves through various obstacle courses, one player emerges victorious. Not much else to it besides your standard fare of cosmetic unlockables plagued by microtransactions. And yet this game has really taken off, with so many players that the servers sometimes struggle to handle the load. I don't have much to say about things like controlling your character, besides that they desperately need to fix the grab mechanics so they consistently work and I don't get grabbed from 3 feet away. So I'm organizing this episode as a tier list based on all of the minigames currently in Fall Guys. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up. The definitive worst game in Fall Guys is Perfect Match. Now, not because it's a bad game, not because it doesn't work. The problem is that Fall Guys is intrinsically about wacky Wipeout style obstacle courses with platforming and racing. This just doesn't belong. It's a fine game in something like Mario Party with less players, a slower pace, a decreasing number of platforms, but it grinds the game to a halt and only eliminates 1 or 2 players. It just does not work in its current form. Moving on to D tier, you may notice that most of these are team games. That is because I hate basically every team game. Some are better than others, as you'll see on my list, but the ones here feel totally uncontrollable and random and make me despise humanity. Hoarders is probably the worst with the most boring game design, Egg Scramble is a complete mess of grabbing and one team getting obliterated, and Hoops-a-Daisy sucks if the Hoops spawn god doesn't smile upon you and your team. The only not team game here is Tiptoe. More often than not, there's a bunch of lazy people following behind the ones doing the actual work, then push them to their doom and accept the win for themselves. Now for C tier, these games have good moments and good concepts, but are overall eh. I put the 2 linear follow the leader games here, Gatecrash and DoorDash, whose names should be switched. Rock and Roll can be satisfying to work as a team, but it only takes a few fools to ruin it. 2 of the tail games, Tail Tag and Team Tail Tag, which would be fun if the tail mechanic actually worked. Rollout, a decent game which becomes annoying when I get pushed off by someone's invisible lag ghost. And Fall Mountain, a good obstacle course that I don't feel makes for a very interesting final game. If you have a bad start or even slip up once, it's basically impossible for you to win. B tier features good games with a couple specific faults. Royal Fumble is the best tail game by far, with a smaller number of competitors so you can actually tell what's going on, but it's still a broken tail game. Ball is fun when you're winning and hitting the ball, and kinda sucks when you're losing. With the balls in general, I feel that it's kind of hard to get a good connective hit. Most of the times I'm just snapping my neck. Block Party's fun, nothing crazy, but a good game that fits the concept. Hexagon is a better finishing game than Fall Mountain, but it can become a little tedious if you get the jumps down to survive. Seesaw is a game I usually have fun on, and I think it fits the theme, that obstacle course wipeout thing, but sometimes people are morons and completely ruin the Seesaw, so if you don't get out in front, it can take forever. Lastly, First Shoot is kind of just a better Fall Mountain. I like the concept and it is a lot more engaging, but if you slip up once, then it still is kind of over for you. For the games I consistently enjoy, A tier has Jinx, the best team game by far that I enjoy playing in either role, whether it's running away or infecting others with my stink. Dizzy Heights, a solid course that just isn't as good as some of the others because of a weak ending. And Jump Club / Jump Showdown, which are both tons of fun and is the best final game. And for S tier, the Whirligig and Hit Parade are some of the best courses with a good variety and people not getting in your way. And finally, the best game, Slime Climb, the most interesting course with immediate urgency and concise, unique sections. It can be annoying if you don't get out of the pack, but in the way that I feel the game should make you feel. Feel free to tell me why I suck in the comments, and overall I would give Fall Guys a 7 out of 10. And done.